My name's Justin Coleman. I'm a apparatus operator here at Mountain Brook Fire Department in Mountain Brook, Alabama. We're just outside of Birmingham, which is north central Alabama. Been a fireman for going on 10 years now, and been in the city of Mountain Brook for 6 years now. So.
And what does the first do of Mountain Brook look like? Is it residential, more commercial, garden level apartments? What do we have for first? You build that?
So Mountain Brook is a really high end residential community. We're one of the top, I guess you would say, financially communities in Alabama, and our houses are larger square foot houses, ranging from anywhere from 3,000 square foot up to a few houses greater than 10,000 square feet.
Wow.
Now we do have some commercial. We don't have a lot of industrial. We do have some apartments. We have a really, I guess you would say, nature style territory. We have a lot of trees, a lot of dark roads, not a lot of street lighting. So, so at night it's a different world in Mountain Brook, Alabama. It's completely dark out unless you bring the lights with you.
Dang. And are you guys hydranted or not hydranted out there?
Yes, we have hydrants. We have a very good water system.
That's great. So you guys, is this your second truck now with Naffco?
This is our second truck with Naffco. The first one was the T-Rex. It's a 2023 T-Rex that we took last year. And the second one will be a new Rosenbauer pumper. We do have two current Rosenbauer engines that we purchased, I think, before Naffco started offering Rosenbauer as one of their options. So this will be our fourth Rosenbauer apparatus.
Okay. So is it a full frontline Rosenbauer fleet at this point? Or is there
other? It will be as of this next one that becomes delivered. Yep.
Gotcha. And when you guys were looking at this truck, when did the committee start for this? When did this committee start putting together plans for this truck that's on order now with Naffco, this engine?
So we start, usually a committee will put it together about 3 months before we go up to a pre-build inspection, or I guess you would say
pre-construction.
Yeah, pre-construction. Yeah.
Okay.
So we put together about 3 months before pre-construction, and at that point we kind of sit down and talk about all the things that everybody wants, and kind of going off the old engine specs that we had, what worked, what didn't. With our territories, we have 3 stations, and in those 3 territories, we have a really different layout. So each engine is built a little bit different, specifically to that area's first run. And what we did was we took a lot of the guys that are on that current engine, and me being at Station 1 on the truck already with working with Rosenbauer with the T-Rex, kind of brought in a little bit of the knowledge from that side. And we started our pre-build process, and then we went up to Rosenbauer in Sioux Falls, South Dakota, and I think it was around October of 23.
With this truck, like you said, it's a little different for each station just based on the response area and what they're mainly dealing with. So what were the considerations you guys made for this apparatus that differentiate it from your current fleet? Like what was different from this from your other engines in your fleet? What did you guys want to change, just broadly speaking?
Some of the things that we changed was, one, we added a larger water tank, so we were able to carry more water with us on scene.
Okay.
We do have a lot of long setbacks, so we have a lot of long driveways that these trucks have to go up. Sometimes we're not always able to set out on the road, on the street, and operate the pump from there. So usually our first in engine is going to try to take the driveway if possible. And this engine, it is a little bit longer than some of our others, but we added the extra water tank storage for us to be able to carry 750 gallons instead of our standard 500. And that also helps with kind of our process of our booster backup system. So we kind of back up off another engine where we can put, like with our first in truck and our first in engine in Station 1's territory where this engine is going to be housed, we can put almost a little over 1,000 gallons of water on the scene immediately with the first 2 apparatuses. So that was one thing. Another one was obviously scene lighting. So our scene lighting is with our T-Rex is great, and we utilize it as one of our first out trucks that can light up the scene for us at night. Especially on Highway 280 where we have a lot of traffic. scene lighting there, and of course our directional that we went with on our T-Rex. And kind of what we wanted to mimic on this truck was really I guess the two major considerations. Another one was that we got a little bit more storage capability with the truck itself, and went with an enclosed pump, which is something new to us. So we everything's undercover now, protected from the elements. I would guess that would be the three biggest things that we would go with. Of course, we can change that up however you want me to word it if I need to.
No, it's good. Yeah, it's perfect. Does the T-Rex, does it have a brow light from us on it?
It does. It has a full-length brow light across the front.
Yep.
And then we have two of the shorter, I don't know exactly how long they are.
Mini brows, yeah.
Yeah, we have the mini brows on both sides on the rear of the truck.
Okay.
On the off-strand driver side.
Okay. And then headlights too, I think they're ours as well.
Yes, that's right.
Yep. Okay. Cool. So then you guys came to the kind of table with this truck, said we like the white light on that truck. We want to do more of it. And what you guys put together here, I mean, this is going to be, it's kind of our standard package, honestly, when it comes to white light. Now you guys have the brow light up front, 72-inch brow light up front. Then you guys have our Guardian Elites around the entire vehicle. There's 3 per side, 1 in the cab, 2 on the body each side, 2 in the rear face. You're looking at almost 65,000 lumens of light on each side of this truck. That's like light.
You may actually have the old one. I think we updated this. We updated the spec. I got it yesterday for us to change it because I added more. So we actually have 3 of the Guardians on the upper level, and then we have 3 Guardians on the lower level of the engine on both sides.
Holy smokes!
So we put Junior Guardians down the bottom, and we put the larger Guardians up top.
Okay, so you have the Guardian Elites up top, so 3 up top, 1 in the cab, and then 2 in the body up top, and then down low, probably 1 in the cab over the wheel wells.
That's right. Yeah.
Holy smokes! Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys are pushing into light tower territory with just body mounted scene lights. That's phenomenal.
That was the biggest thing is when we rolled up on scene, we wanted to be able to see everything. We don't want to see, we don't want to sit here and have to carry lighting up to the scene. I mean, I know with the engine, obviously we don't have an aerial device, but we can light up everything on the ground around us, and that's huge for us.
That is incredible. You guys are going to have about 300 feet of scene light around that vehicle at any given time without any sort of seams or gaps in it, which is going to be that's going to be a ton of light. So that's phenomenal. And then the warning light conversation came up. So we jumped on a call, kind of talked about scene light stuff, and then I know that maybe was it Naffco that kind of started this off, like, hey, you guys should look at the warning light stuff, or was it us talking, or when did our warning lights come up?
Well, it came up whenever we were up there at the pre-build, and we got to talking about all the lighting we have. Mm-hmm. And one of the conversations that came up was we're using their scene lighting, we're using their headlights, mm-hmm. and now we're starting to see from FDIC and trickle down before is now there's more lighting, there's emergency lighting there, and also we started to see that you have the OMEN, you have the light bar, so mm-hmm. we're like, okay, so we got a 100% light that we can use for everything instead of having to use this brand light here and this brand light there. And then when something goes bad, which is the heartache of everybody, is who do we call to fix it?
Right.
So that was kind of the thing that we were trying to go with. And, jumping on the call with you, I was like, well, heck, I'll ask, let's find out from the guy that runs the place. So we'll give him a call. And fortunate enough, I got your phone number now, so I can bother you all the time.
Yeah, you can, and you do. I'm just kidding. So, that's awesome. And so, what you guys? Let's talk through the setup really quickly for warning lights here. It is really a cool setup. So up front, we got the OMEN, kind of the flagship up front there, and then around the entire body, we've got just a handful of our Guardian junior size. So they're like a 600 class. Fixture around the entire body and the lower parts of the cab, in the grill, in your headlight buckets, and then the rear face. We did 4 warning lights, and then we actually did the entire stop till turn package from FireTech too, which is brand new this year as well. So that's kind of cool. So it really is all the DOT lights, all the warning lights, all the scene lights on this truck will be FireTech, which is pretty neat. So I know we've talked a little bit about some of the capabilities and stuff of OMEN and some of the HVC stuff. And HVC, by the way, I'm sure you know this, it stands for HiViz Connect. That's what we call our smart products. But of all the things you've heard about OMEN and all the things we've talked about with this build, is there anything that you guys are particularly excited about functionality wise from OMEN or what the warning
I think
lights?
it would be, so one of the biggest things, of course, that we had talked about was the options that we're going to be able to, program this stuff ourselves. And correct me if I'm wrong, but us being able to, if we want to change a certain setting in lights on how bright they are, how dim they are, what pattern they flash at what point in time on the truck, is we're able to do that without having to go back and, reflash the truck, change this, change that, and or let the manufacturer do it.
Yep.
So from my best understanding is that was kind of a driving thing for me. Of course, I'm kind of maybe a tech nerd by some people, so they're like, "Hey, you handle the lights. That's you. So I don't want any part of it." So they threw it to me, and I was like, "Okay, well, here we go. We're going to light up a runway with it." So.
Yeah, it will be a really cool experience when you guys take delivery of this truck. What will have happened before you've taken delivery of it is Rosemar will have spent about 15 minutes on that truck after they install light heads. They'll take about 15 minutes with a tool. It's a little iPad basically. They'll walk around the entire vehicle and they will initialize the system. So what they'll basically do is they'll basically tell each light head, "Hey, you exist. You're the lower mid body. You're the upper rear face or whatever it is." Right? They'll give each light head a location on the truck, and so that saves in that program that light head itself. And then when you guys take delivery of the truck, it'll already have a basic NFPA flash pattern built into it. And then you guys can leave like that and never touch it. Or with our HiViz Connect mobile app, you'll actually go on your mobile app, take about 5-10 minutes, and you'll be able to set 4 basic modes. You'll set daytime responding, daytime on scene, nighttime responding, nighttime on scene. And the cool thing is you guys, like you said, you guys can play with this thing to your heart's content. If you want to change it between every shift, or you want to change it, every year, you guys come up, there's new research, now we're going to do some green in the light bar or whatever. You guys make those changes, and it's NFPA fenced. So you can never make a change that's going to put you outside of NFPA compliance because light heads know where they are, they know how powerful they are. It really is turning the power over to you folks and allowing you guys to play, to play to your heart's content with the whole entire system. It is really, really cool. So that's gonna be awesome. Are you guys planning on tying that? Are you guys planning on using the OMEN as a traffic advisor or doing any sort of command and demand or water tank level indicator?
I would think it would be used as a traffic advisor for sure because, sometimes on the highway that we respond to, how our T-Rex is set up is we actually have a traffic advisor on the back of the truck, and then we have amber lights down each side of the truck. So when you're on scene, it actually almost looks like it's scrolling around the truck as you're passing. So that was one thing I wanted to use it for, is I wanted to be able to, integrate traffic advising as much as possible, from any angle. And of course the water light indicator was kind of a plus. Some people are like, it's kind of weird, but you mount them on the side of the trucks, and now you got this huge bar on the front of it. I mean, you can see it from anywhere, Yeah,
you can see it 2 blocks away. Yeah, right. Yeah, and that's part of the thing too. Is we're going to be releasing these every quarter. You'll have an option to update your lighting system, and so you have your phone will get a little buzz, little notification, you'll get email from us too, or the chief is going to email from us saying that there's an update available for your lighting system, and so. Talking about traffic advising and the importance of that, as our software matures, more and more feature sets will come out to support that. Things like follow friendly mode will come out, where you guys will be able to dim the rear face of that front truck and the front face of that rear truck, and they'll be able to do that by a Haas. They'll know exactly where they are in line and when they're responding together, and then also using all the warning lights as a traffic advisor and be able to wrap that around the vehicle. So you'll be able to actually, when you trigger traffic right, the warning lights themselves will continue to warn, but they'll do that in a pattern. They'll go, they'll kind of chase down the side of the vehicle to effectively move traffic around too. So it's really cool. I think it's made a neat program. It's going to be a neat truck because it's going to kind of grow with you guys. And I think that's what's really exciting to me with these initial departments like yourselves that are going to get into this, what you guys will get to take delivery of. And now it's still 2 years out, but that's just the baseline, right? It's like your iPhone. You take your iPhone, It just improves. And so it'd be really cool to see as feature sets come out, which options you guys choose to use, which ones you guys choose to, it's not for us, right? Like, we don't want to do that. Or like the side fairing LEDs, like these fixtures have the side fairing LEDs on them. Maybe you guys love that. Maybe you guys are like, no, for some reason we don't, it's be kind of neat to hear.
That was a big thing for us is, I don't want us to see the side of a truck from just the side of the truck. I want to see the side of the truck from approaching the side of the truck.
Yeah.
And the side LEDs, we had already talked about some other options that, had either a rotating pattern or a 3D light that stuck out more. But, when we talked about this, we're like, we already got them built in there and we're not changing the profile of the light. So we're not sticking out past past where our normal, just a regular light would be.
Right.
And that was huge.
Do you guys do a lot of roadway work or not so much in your area?
What's that?
You guys do a lot of roadway work in your area or not so much?
No, not really.
Not a ton. Okay. Justin, if you could put us in the spec committee meeting. What were on this build for you guys? What was the most contentious stuff for you all on the committee? And how big was the committee? How many people on the committee? Is it 5?
Well, hold on. Let me go back and count. It's been a while since we've gotten together. So I have to recollect from like 6 months ago and remember all this. Let's see. So we have a chief officer, and then we have a couple of lieutenants, a couple of drivers, and a couple of firefighters. So the committee usually based somewhere between 6 to 8 people.
Okay.
Ranging from admin all the way down to firemen. Just so we kind of take all, and most of the guys come from that truck, or come from that current truck that they're replacing. So because they're the guys that know what they need. They know what they want. They know the things that they want to change. They know the things they want better. And a couple of the things that we wanted increased scene lighting. We didn't want dark spots. We wanted to be more visible on the roadway. And one of the biggest things was we wanted to be visible from all angles and not just the front of the truck, the side of the truck. Because we are a smaller department. We only have 4 stations. And at any time, if we respond to a highway that one of our higher traffic volumes is, we usually have only 2 to 3 trucks out there. So the most scene light or the most emergency lighting we can put on that roadway at one time is key to us. And we don't have a lot of street lighting at night. So scene lighting was huge. And being able to put scene lighting, as far away from the truck as possible without having, an aerial or carrying tripod lights or something.
Right, having to carry stuff. Yeah. Was there any pushback to going the new HiViz Connect system?
No. One of the questions was obviously is what it's cost.
Yeah.
Because it was new. So a new item to anybody is how much is it? Or if it's better than everything else, it's going to cost more.
Sure.
But just line by line, everything lined up, cost effective to what we were currently using. And another thing is what's the warranty? Who covers it? How long is it? And it's a lifetime warranty. So, when we met back then and talked, I was like, no questions asked. We replace it, and we're not, you're not outside of warranty and out of luck at that point.
I was a fireman before this, and I was a fan, obviously, before I worked here. And what I liked about it was we could take a risk on it, right? "Quote unquote" risk, right? Well, hey, we'll try something new, and if it doesn't work, guess what? It's your problem. It's this problem right here, right? It's lifetime warranty, so figure it out. It's got to work. It's got to work, So let's talk about what didn't work. I guess.
Yeah.
Let's talk about what didn't work.
All the things that didn't work along the way.
Yeah. So you text me one night, we're going to do an ambulance thing. And so tell me about the ambulance and what year is the ambulance. Then you guys want to throw a brow light on it. Tell me a little bit about that story to that truck.
So we were in a crunch to buy a new ambulance, and they had found one that was already pre-built. So it wasn't a spec by us. It was a already built truck that we purchased. So we bought it new. It was brand new from Demir's, and it was ready to go. And we took delivery of it. But all of our ambulances have a brow light across it. Usually when we spec them, that's how we spec them. And this one didn't. So it was something that we were going to add on once we got it. And that's what I think they had purchased. And it just so happens that I had nothing to do with that it just happened to be that it was a FireTech brow light. And I think because we already had FireTech brow lights on every other apparatus here. So, that was what was purchased. And when it came in, they're like, hey, can we get this installed? So we sent it out to our local light installer, and he put it on. We're new to the emergency side lighting of HiViz and FireTech. So the headlights and the scene lighting we've been using for years. And fortunate enough, we've only had an issue with one, and it was handled appropriately and quickly. And we had that truck back on the road within a week. So, we're looking forward to 2 years from now seeing this new engine come in, and it's I think it's going to be exciting for us and for this department for sure.